my crafty friends. Nana K here with NanaKDesigns.com and the Ultra Book Notes. We're going to make this project today where the card slips out. We're going to readjust it from the original graphics, make some new graphic designs so that we can put 4 in each book. So this is our project today. Stay tuned. We're going to start with using the Photoshop first to make the adjustments, and then we will switch to the webcam, and actually put the element together. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay guys, we're going to go over Photoshop adjusting this particular item. I'm still working on the journal from Carolyn, Musings, and you heard me say that in the beginning of this video. What I've done now is I've switched over to the screen view of the Photoshop, and I'm going to try. On my last video, everything on this side of the screen wasn't showing, and stuff on this side of the screen weren't showing. A couple of people weren't quite clear on how I done what I done. So let's go over it again, doing a different one. I want to make this envelope, I'm going to change this one too, okay? So we're going to go through the same process again. So let's go for it. All right, first thing I did was I chose what I wanted to do. Now I've already got one of these done and completed. One of those is done and completed. All right, so now I want to change the graphics on this, even though this is still Carolyn Musings design, and we're using it in the journal we're making. We don't want all 4 in each signature. You know, we're going to do 1 in each signature. We don't want them all to be the same. So we're going to change the graphics again on this one. So let's go back into the file, pull up this is her file of this particular kit. So this is what I actually already have downloaded in my computer. And let's choose something that we might want to use, which I'm going to go with that one. I can't see it real well, but this will pop into my Photoshop. Okay, there it is in Photoshop. And I am going to unlock it so I can copy it, and I'm going to hit Control-C. Control-C on my thing. So once you see these highlighted little areas all the way around, you know you've got it. And what I'm going to do is come over here, and I'm going to do a new folder because I want to do a blank one. I don't want to change my original in case I goof up, and I'm bad for it. So I've got a blank screen. We're going to redo this a little. Okay, then I want to come back to this one. I did Control-C already, but I want to put this one onto my blank. So now it's on my blank. Okay, that's where it's at. Now, my next step is I want this overlay. So I'm going to... No, next step, I'm sorry guys, next step is to I need to get rid of the white background. You see all this white in here? We need to get rid of this because the clip art, the masking can't do it if it's a solid picture. So you got to get rid of the background. One thing, I can do it this way. I can just totally get the background out. Then secondly, I'm going to go over here and clip on that, and you see the magic wand puts these little jigged lines around. You click on it, and that erases all that out. Same thing on the inside here. All right, so that has taken all that out right now, okay? Next step is to go back and pick the design that we're going to want. We're going to Control-C, and we're going to paste it right over the top, okay? Now, it may not work out, so I am experimenting because we've got a lot of blank here, and we may not want that. But then again, if I'm just going to glue this straight into the page, it won't matter. So we're going to come right over here to Layer 2, which is what you're seeing on top, and we're going to right-click, come down to where it says Clipping Mask, and you're going to hit that, and there it is. You have now changed that picture to this. Again, because I do not want any of this particularly. Now, if you were going to make this one that you just inserted in, you might want to do something more on that. I'm not. This is going to be glued. This is going to be glued down, this area here, so I don't care that it's all white. So I have actually got a really nice design here. If I did want more, I could actually move this over like this. You see, like we did before. I could actually left click, grab it, and move it over, and I get a whole lot more. But I don't need that, and I would still have to come in here and do this. So I'm going to slip this back over like this, and I'm going to, now the difference on this card here is you're not seeing that little square, but it doesn't matter. That's what's going to be in the window. Now, if this is not enough, if you don't want you want something more detailed on that, not a problem. I'll show you another step. But for right now, I am very happy with this. I'm going to let that be my original stuff. Now down at the bottom here, I'm just going to erase this out so that don't confuse me. This is Carolyn's. There you go. There's her logo. So I keep her copy right up here so everybody knows that this is her design if I print those. You cannot resell these. If you're designing these, you cannot resell them. I'm sorry. This is her actual pattern design, so you cannot resell it, but you can use it within your own journal the way I'm teaching you. Okay, so let's go over here to File. Let's go over here to Save As. Okay, I want to go back to Carolyn's, where her kit is on my computer. And you don't need to know all that. I just need to get back to where I have it stored on my computer. I have it under Kits by Artist, and then I have it by name. Some I have by the name of the thing, but Carolyn's I have by her name here. So this is the kit that I have for her. And I want to get it to that page. It's telling me here that that's where I'm at. So I want to save it as a Photoshop. So I'm going to put Revised. And up here in this corner, it tells me what her element was. -1. Okay, so this is a CD-1 element. And that's what I'm saving it as because that is her element. But I revised it, so that's why I put the word revised. I'm going to save it first as a Photoshop. The reason I save it as a Photoshop is if I want to go back and change it again. If I start printing and I don't like it and then make some changes, as long as I have it as a Photoshop, I can do that. Okay, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to layer it and I'm going to flatten it. So this turns it back to my PNG, as you can see it. And then I'm going to save it as a PNG. Just go right down here and save as a PNG file, and we'll still save it the same way, and it'll go right back into all the other elements that you have in this kit. You've just added a new piece to that kit. We're going to need to make 3 of these. Okay, now you got your card over here. You got that. Say you want a card that's about this size to overlay that. You can do that also. Let's get back to her kit and let's see if we find a card. And these are all her cards that were included in the kit that I purchased. And say you just want something else in that window to add in that window. And if you don't find something, I'll show you what else to do. But I'd really rather stay with her stuff. Let me see if I can find a cute journal card. Here's a cute card. Let's see what these cards look like. I kind of like the stamp look. Let's go with this. Okay, we're going to go with this. I want that, and I'm going to cut that particular stamp out of this design by cropping all this page except that little bit right there. Guys, I hope you like learning how to use Photoshop this way, because I am specifically doing this for people who are doing journals. I hit Control, I have recropped it. Now I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy it. And then I want to go back to the revised one that I just did, and I'm going to paste it on there. You see, there it is. Now I need to turn it around, so I hit my shift and I turn it, and that will lock it into this position. Then I'm going to put it right here, the actual card, a little bit over, and I'm going to try to size it to that size approximately. I'm also going to come in here and I'm going to take out of this one the white space that's around it. See that? I left white space. I'm going to take that off. So now all that white space is gone. So click the magic wand back off, and I still see some white below here, so I need to expand it a little, and I don't see anything else. So if you wanted to do that, then you could come over here and place it where it is going to show from behind that window. That is if you want to do that. I'm going to do that with mine. That's my card that's going on there. I hope I've got it in the right position. What can I do? Okay, that's that step. All right, that step. Now, if I wanted to actually get that exactly in the right position, I'm going to go one more time and show you one more step, since we're actually doing a training video. This is what I'm going with for right now. But let's go back and do a new one. And let me show you another step. I'm going to experiment, and I'll do this a lot. We're going to open a new one. So we got an untitled right here. Whoop, wrong kind. I want a shape, different shape. Let me go back. New again. I want this one. I want it to be landscape shape. Okay, let's go back. And this was her original. So we're going to go in here and copy this, Control C, and move it to this untitled again. We're taking these steps again now. I don't want to confuse you, but I'm going to take this out and show you how we can make sure we get it exactly in the right spot. All right, we're going to go with that. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take out this right here. I can't remember what this is called. Let me see. Rectangular marquee tool, okay, on Photoshop right here. And I'm going to put it in that corner. See right there? And I'm going to come in like this, and I'm going to wrap around that picture, okay, like that. And then I'm going to delete it, and there, I've got a blank. Click it out. When you're over here, click it out so that you don't have any more than mine. So now that's the exact spot. When I go grab this, Control C, lay it over top, there it is, and then I'm going to turn it into a clipping mask again. And this time it took that one. Oh, I didn't get them all out. Okay, well, bear with me. I done a goof up. Let me cancel this right quick. I've got to go in first. I'm sorry. First, you got to go in and clear all the background. And that's now you understand why the background won't clear. Now, would we give? Oh, there it goes. Okay, now the backgrounds we need to clear out. There we go. We got all the backgrounds clear. Now we'll try it again. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Go back over here to the one you want to lay over. Control C it. Lay it on top. Make sure everything's like you kind of want it. It should be on top. It didn't lay on top. Now it's on top. Now you see where it accidentally went over here? Because I was working on that other layer. So I'm moving it back to the top. Just make sure you know that it's got to be on top to do a clipping mask. Go in, go down to clipping mask, and now you've got the hollowed out area there where they're going to match exactly here and here. All right, now let's go back to that one little element, this one. Okay. I don't want magic wand, so go back over here to my tool. I want to copy this, Control C, and as you see now, I can actually lay it directly on that and know that I'm in the exact spot. And you see, it's not quite big enough. So we're going to pull it down, and now it's even better this time. Okay, so when this folds over and the card goes in, it's going to go there. Okay, so that's where you are, guys. That's how you actually redo item, an element in your clip art journal kit that you purchase, and you can change it around some. Now, like I say, you can't change it around and resell it. That is against the rules. That's not fair to the artist. Don't do that. Only for your personal journals can you do this. I can't clarify this enough. This is strictly for use in your own personal journals that you're going to sell, okay? Now, another thing for me to make sure that this is stabilized and that it doesn't change, I can go in here and highlight each one of these and hit Control E, and that has made it one unit and nothing can be changed now, so now it's a standard unit. Now I'm going to go back and save it. The secondary one, because I really like it better as what I want. So I'm going to go back to the one I just changed. I can't remember which one I just changed. Revise. This one, I believe. I hope I'm doing right. And save it, because I want to overlap the first one I done. So that's okay. And then we're going to again go in, and flatten the layer, go up to layer, flatten the layer, and then save again, and save as a PNG or JPEG, whichever one you prefer to save as. Save, and I'm replacing the other one. Okay, so the document's open. It's not going to let me save it as a JPEG, but we'll get it in a few minutes. Anyway, there you go. Now, what I'm going to do now is simply I'm going to switch from this particular screen. I'm going to go ahead and print this. I am using cardstock, 110 pound. I'm making sure I am in that mode, which is my landscape mode, and I'm going to print a copy of this. And I'm going to proceed. Now, in the background, you'll hear it. Now, in the meantime, what I'm going to do is switch over to my other cam, to my webcam, and we're going to go to my desk, and we're going to put this card together, or this element together. Now, another thing, before I jump off of here, I do want to show you, you got a brush tool over here. And you can line that up on this corner here. Hit your shift and draw a straight. Ooh, that's way too thick. Let's delete that. Woo! I want to go to a white line. Undo brush tool. All right, let's go to my brush tool. And I want it to be, go up here to the corner and go real tiny. Say like a, and the only thing I'm getting ready to do is just give you a guide to where your fold lines are. Not necessary. I'm going to switch it over down here to black. No, let's don't go black. Let's go a lighter color. So I'm going to just pick up like a real light element color in there, that kind of canny thing. Let's see if it'll give it to us. But then you're going to line it up right down that corner, hit your shift button, and it'll draw you a straight line. You see that? Then you can come right over here to this corner where you want to line it up at, or either this corner. I can see this corner a whole lot better. Get my little dot in the center over, hit shift, and I'm going over and draw my line there. So now that gives me my fold line there, and I can still see Carolyn's where we originally done it right here. So get back to your palm tool. There that is, right there. So now you've got everything done where you want it, and then you've also got your fold lines, if that's the step you'd like to take. All right, guys, I've got it printed, so let me switch over to our webcam, and we will go from there. Okay, guys, we've switched over to our webcam, and now here we are with the piece that we just designed. Okay? And we're going to work on this one. They're real simple. We've done one earlier of a different shape and style, but this really got more in detail about how you do it on Photoshop, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is a real simple one. We're going to be doing this more often because I have had a real learning curve trying to learn how to manipulate Photoshop to work for doing journaling. But that's the only program I use. So I just feel pretty confident if I'm not the only one that probably uses Photoshop to adjust my clip art and stuff. So I just want to give you guys some of my tips and trades, and I hope this helps you. And look, the comment box below is not just to praise anything you like or whatever. It is to go down and ask me questions. And look, I check my YouTube all the time. So if you have questions about how things are done, all you have to do is ask me. If I do not know the answer, I will do my best to experiment until I can solve whatever issue you might be having. But I do highly suggest, if you're going to be doing Photoshop, and if you're going to be doing journaling and you really want to get into it in detail and you don't have a program already, if you're not using Canva or some of the other programs, I would suggest Photoshop because they upgrade constantly, and I find that it's very versatile to me. Okay, we've got the pattern cut out. I am going to actually do something a little different on the back of this one this time. Well, I say I am. That's if I can find a piece of paper that has got a background copy. If not, I will shut down and find it. But I want lined art on the back of my card here. Okay, so let me look real quick. I have done a lot of remodeling in the last 3 weeks, so I don't have everything yet exactly where I can put my hands on it. And that's kind of sad. I'm standing up, so my voice may be a little distant right this second. But just give me a minute and let me see if I by any chance have anything printed, and I don't. All right, so right quick, give me a minute. Let me go and reprint some more line art and some more lined paper for journaling on. So give me just a second, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, guys, while that is printing, while I'm getting what I want, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Now, the way I cut these little areas out is I kind of pinch them like this. Hopefully not bending anywhere else but where I want to pinch. take my scissors and I'll just kind of hit that clap there, and that gives me the opening I need to get in and cut it. Or, hey guys, and there's even an easier way, like this, the old-fashioned way. You can go in here and do it this way too. Let me do it this way too. And you know, you can do it, but you see, the thing for me is I cannot see where it ends and starts, and I don't want to do it that way because I can't see it. So I use the scissors, but you can do it with your ruler. Me, I like the scissors because I can see just how deep I need to cut, and I need to know when I need to turn a corner, and then I can go back and trim it out a little more if I don't get it exactly like I like it. So I'm cutting my window out. I'm going to do something a little different with this one that we didn't do with the other one. This is totally optional, you guys. You don't have to do it. Okay, cut it out like this. Okay, let's trim it out just a tiny bit more. See if I can get it trimmed out a little more precise. That looks like a little rough. I usually cut better than that, but we're going to cut it out a little more. Get it as straight as I can. Just little slivers is what we're just trying to thin out here. See, I got that. Okay. And I'm going to go up there to there. Again, I always have to line everything up. If I don't, it doesn't ever work out for me. Okay, so I see that little corner there. That's where I want, and I want to stay right on that line. And it slid. It's okay. I'm going to go back and do it anyway. Okay, let's pretty much straighten that one out. I still have not straightened this out. Okay, try again. Get it under here where I can really see it good. I want to get this corner cut out. That's probably why I should have used the blade to start with. Use it this way. Just a good firm cut there. This way, from corner to corner. She had kind of rounded her design out, but I'm going to cut it square. And let's see if I can clean it up. Okay. And what I'm doing, if you hear my printer humming, I'm printing me some front and back mind paper, and I'll show you why. Okay, I still see just a little bit more design here, just a tiny bit of white that needs to be cut out, not a lot. Okay, I'm going to show you from there. Oh, let's straighten this one out. I think I got it a little crooked, but I probably should have used my ruler to start with, right? You'll probably screaming at me in the background. Okay. Alright, down this edge, give me a little sliver more out. Make sure we're out. That looks pretty good. Alright, not perfect, but good. Let's make sure we got a square here. Yeah, okay, that's good. Alright, now I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to, give me a second here. Okay, what I'm doing a little different is I'm going to grab some cellophane. Okay, I'm blessed because I bought a whole storage bin out of greeting cards, and these cellophane packs were on each greeting card to protect them. And I salvaged them when I took the greeting cards out and started revamping those to make, I started revamping them to make signatures out of them. And I'll tell y'all that at some point in time. There is a video somewhere where it shows where I made signatures. But I cut this bag's open, and I make my windows with these. Okay. Alright, so this is a double, these are double, so I am going to actually go in and cut this one open by cutting on one side here. Everything don't have to be straight. You see me doing all this measuring, just being OCD here, I guess. But you can open this. Excuse the noise outside. Somebody's doing some construction on a trailer beside us, and they're making a lot of racket. But I'll go cut the noise out. My little man is getting ready to come into the shop, it looks like. And I think he was just told not to, but he's going to come anyway. His nana's here. He's going to come visit. All right, here we go. Cut this off right here. All right. Now, to open that up, and all I'm going to do here... Okay, guys, I'm sorry for the little interruption. That was my little grandson, and he is in here. You may hear him every once in a while. All right, but we're going back to the window here. What I'm going to do now is just cut out a little bit bigger spot than what we actually have a window for, out of plastic on one corner here. Okay, so there's, okay, let's put the rest away. Hopefully you can see it. It's clear, but maybe you can see it reflecting. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to glue this down. It's going to make me a window. Okay, I'm going to put my glue on the outside here. I don't put it right up on the edge of my window hole. I put it just a little far out so that it won't spread into the window, like so. Lay my window down and then smooth out the glue. I always smooth away from the edge so that I do not move the glue into that. It might be on this edge here, but it won't be in there. Okay, so now we have our window in place. Oh, I done just what I didn't want to do. Got glue on it. Okay, I have wipes on my desk always, guys, and I do highly suggest to keep baby wipes available. But there, that cleaned the window right back up, no problem. See? All right, so now we've got a window, actually clear window there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this aside. We're going to have to put this together in just a minute. This is my double-sided paper. Okay, well, that one didn't work out right, so we'll do another one. Double-sided paper. Okay, now what I'm going to do is a little different on this card. I do want a writing piece, but I want one that kind of folds out. So what I do with this is I totally glue my element, or my card, in this case, my card. I'm going to totally glue my element here. It's a good squishing of glue. That'll all smooth out when I put it down. Then I'm going to lay it. Oh. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I keep having interruptions. But anyway, we're going to make this into a stretched out little writing spot. And the way I do that, and if you've watched any of my videos, you've seen me do this several times, okay? It's not a big deal. If you hear any noise in the background, you have 2 children in here, but they won't be too loud. So just know that life goes on for us here at Nana K Designs, even when we're recording. So a lot of the kids love to come in here and hang out in Nana's shop. It is a craft wonderland in here, I have to say. I wish I'd had this kind of thing when I was a child. But anyway, we're getting back. That didn't do much good. I need to take that little white slither off of my card. I didn't get my card real straight when I cut it. I'm going to go one more time. Pull that little bit off, okay? Now, my card is down on my sheet. I want it to fold open to make me a lot of writing spots. So what I do is I fold my card over like this. I line it up on that bottom. And I press down to make sure that the back side does not show beyond this edge. Okay, and that is a little bit, so I've got to readjust again, push it a little bit more. And it's just a matter of learning to manipulate paper when you fold. Okay, so there's that. See, I got a little bit of edge here. I'm going to go back and try to trim that without cutting my fold. I don't need to do much, it's just a little slither, and you'll see it possibly come out, and that was all I cut. Okay, so now you've got your first fold done. Now you want to decide on your next fold. We're going to make the next fold this way. It doesn't mean that this is the way you have to keep it, but this is your next fold here. Okay, and this is not going to fold out enough, so what I'm going to do is I am going to mark this with my pencil, this edge, right here, and I'm going to cut that off right here, because we don't need that little extra piece. Okay, so we cut this extra piece off. And then we're going to come in the front here, and we don't need what's on the top here. We're going to cut this extra piece off. And I do save these because you might can use this on another card or something. So that we save. Alright, so now the way I've got it set up is this is going to open up. Once you put it into the element, it'll open up when you take it out into a large white writing space. So that's how I do my writing space. Now I've got a little more edge here than I want. It looks like it's not real straight, so I am going to try to straighten it a little bit. And that's the beauty of paper. You can manipulate paper and do it. Even if you fold it wrong the first time, it can be manipulated. That's a little better. While I've got this in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and do my corner punch on it. It's rather thick, so it might not click. But again, you know, if you watch my videos much, that I don't like just real straight corners all the time. I do like the curves. I think it just kind of makes your work finished out. All right, we're going to decorate this some more before the video's over. Now, there is one other option you have here. If you don't like the way that's pulling out, you can flip this over like this. And when you do it, it'll flip open like this, which is the way I'm going to do it because I get a better fold. All right, laying this aside, let's take our card that we revamped and let's get it laid on our graph here, chart, so we know where to put our fold. Even better, let's just use our scoreboard. I was going to do it the old-fashioned way, but I'm going to use my scoreboard. Easier for me, because I like the good deep fold. When I'm folding these, I want it to be a real tight pocket fold. Alright, so there's where that folds there. Let me get on this line where I can see the red mark. And let's go right down this edge. Okay, so then we got to go in the middle, which is so light I can hardly see it. So I'm going to have to put it there, slide it this way, and let's go from there. Oh, it didn't. It slid on me. Oh, that wasn't cool. So let's do it again. One more time. There we go. Okay, so let's put the scoreboard up. All right, now let's go ahead and start making our fold. Okay, this is our pocket fold. This is the simple part. Now you could have printed this double-sided if you wanted the inside to have some design. That's the one way you can do it. The other way is you can actually add a piece on once you've got it done. And that's the way I'm going to do this one. The other one I printed double-sided, so we already had it on. This one I'm actually going to add a scene on myself on one of the pieces of clip art that are paper stuff that I've already got done. I've printed a whole bunch of extras of the pages, and I'm just going to go in and choose one that kind of matches that one. I like this because I think that's on the other side. Okay, we're going to go with this. And I'm going to look at it like this. And I want to cut it right about here. Make it a little tighter in. And then we're going to cut it right about here. Easy enough. Okay, lay it down and let's cut this piece of paper up a little bit. And this is going to be my background that you'll see when you're not actually got a card inside. You don't want white showing, or at least I don't. And there again, that's a matter of preference, guys. You don't have to put the background in it if you don't want to. But I just like everything to be kind of a finished look. That is just me. You do things the way you're comfortable with it. Let me look again, make sure I'm doing right and not messing up. Okay. Alright, yep, that was the right thing. I cut it too narrow though. I don't know how I done that. I must have looked at my line wrong, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, just so you got something showing behind the window is what we're after. Alright, I'm going to do a little cheat here, y'all. I'm going to cut a ½ inch off this bottom. I'll tell you why, because I still want to cut the squirrel's ear off. So I'm going to cut there a little bit. And then I'm going to go where that line was that I had right here for my cut line. I'm going to go up a ½ inch and cut. Alright, let's see if it's going to measure right. It's a little too big, so we're going to cut just another fraction here off. No big deal. I think my crew's about ready for lunch. I think that's why they're running in and out of here. But it is a cold day outside, so they're running for some heat in here too. All right, let's glue this down. Let's look at it, make sure. We're going to say, so see, the squirrel's going to peep out before you put the card in. Okay, so we're going to put him down on this piece of paper, right at this edge, okay? So, again, totally glued down. We're going to totally glue this down. We don't have to have this any other way. It just needs to be glued completely flat. Like I say, I just put streaks of glue through, and then it kind of spreads out. Okay, all right. Put him at the bottom corner here and here. Shirt straight, put it down. All right, now let's go back with our glue here. And our glue here. Really need to press that down some more. I didn't get a good tight line. Glue here. And our pocket is done. When we fold this over and press, our pocket's done. I'm seeing some white, don't like it, so we're going to refold it a little. I'm trying to manipulate this corner here so that I get a flatter fold. Okay, right there. Got a little white shining out, but I'm going to cut it off because this doesn't matter. This is strictly an envelope, okay? I'm going to cut. Let's be safe and use my blade. I get a much straighter cut using the blade. This is what happens when you use the scissors to cut things out sometimes. This is just me being OCD. I'm sorry. I really am meticulous about my finished work. I really do want everything to be real balanced and nice and neat. So I will cut this sliver off all the way down. I do a second run just to be sure it got all the way through. And it did, except for that corner. So that's why it's a good idea not to pick the ruler up till you're finished. Okay, so now the envelope is done. Let's try to glue it. Oh, we messed up, didn't we? Okay, let's re-glue it. I cut the fold off, but that doesn't matter. We're going to glue it right on back down. Like I say, we want it flat anyway, so we got it. All right, so there's my envelope. Let's make sure my card is going to go in. If it doesn't, we're going to have to cut a little bit off each side of it, which might be a problem. It is. All right, let's go in and cut off a little bit off the side, right here. And that's because I had to trim some of that white off. Being so smart, I had to trim that white off, and I cut the curve off. So I'm going to have to trim this a little. Just a little, guys, not a lot. And this is one thing you'll get to find happens a lot of times. You make a boo-boo and you got to fix it, but it's not the end of the world. So now when we do this, the paper's not going to fold exactly right, so we're going to refold the paper a little, just a little bit, so that it's not sticking out that edge. And that's the good thing about paper. You can manipulate it. Okay, so we're going to fold that down again like so. Make sure we're not coming out that edge. And then we're going to come back over here and recut this one where it's sticking out. Okay. You won't have to do this if you didn't make the error I just made by cutting that little slither off. I cut off where the pocket folded over. So it made this a little too narrow. But okay, we got it back. And like I say, if you watch Bob Ross in it all, he always says happy little accidents. Well, that's what you have in crafting a lot of time, happy little accidents, and you just adjust to it. It's not a big deal. My grandkids coming in and out kind of worry me a little, but there it is. All right, now let's make sure this edge is down again. It didn't seem to grab a second ago, but I'm staying as close to the edge as I possibly can with my glue, where I cut off my flap, and I did not mean to. I'm disappointed in myself that I did that, but that's okay. I'll wipe my glue off my table. Again, I will remind you, it's a good idea to have baby wipes. Let's see if our card's going to go in. Yes, it does. It's going to, well, is it going to go in beautifully or not beautifully? Let's make sure. I think I'm having trouble with my glue myself. But anyway, there's that. The card's going in. But this glue is not wanting to stick. It may have gotten cold, and that does happen, guys. Glue gets cold sometimes, it doesn't want to, but I think I'm going to have to just let it set a minute. Leave it pressed really hard this way. And I may have to cut this off some more, I don't know, but we're going to make it work. Going to make it work, but there is how you change around again. Both videos shows you how you take a design and you can rework it and change it and make it something different. The reason I'm doing it is because, like I said, I ended up with 4 signatures in this kit. And I am one that likes to have a balance, kind of everything balanced in the kit. I like everything, every signature to have something similar now, but I don't want it identical. So that's the whole reason of changing the clip art design on the front of the graphics, even though you're using the same pattern here. Well, same, this is called an element, same element. All right, let's make sure we're going to get in there. Yes, we're going to go. So I'm going to let that dry. But there it is. There's the project for the day. That gives you, oh man, I messed it up. Open up there. So there again, if you cut something and you do like I just done here, see, you're getting ready to see how to fix errors. I'm going to grab washi tape and make the design a little different. I'm going to come, I don't like that one, that's not upright. Let's go with a pretty poinsettia. This is where washi tape really comes in handy. And this video was going so good. Oh, that's all right. The first part is the main part. I wanted you to see how to adjust your clip art. But there you go. So now I'll actually put that back down. There you go. No biggie. And I still got my folds. Fold it goes there. Make sure it works right. And I'm just to make it look pretty, so that this don't look odd, I'm going to lay this down like this. And I'm going to put this right up against the fold, the new fold line. Get rid of the old fold line. Okay? And then you can just actually come in and decorate this. Okay. That's so cute. All right, so there's your card. Here's your writing element. When you open it up, front and back, it's got a writing space. And I like to pop some odd graphics in these pages. I got lots of clip art cut. I've got stamps and things cut out from the things I'm using. There's some larger designs. And I may have another bag of them somewhere. Oh, there they are, right there. Okay, so I've got a lot of just little pieces of clip art. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple pieces here. These are tickets that were in Rachel Bella's kit that we've been using in this thing. So I'm mentioning her name because we do use her stuff sometimes. And I actually have a pair of scissors that cuts like a stamp. And you would know when I want to show them to you, they're not sitting on my desk where they belong. So somebody's borrowing my scissors, and I'm not happy about that. This is why our grandchildren need to stay out of my shop. All right, anyway, I have a pair like this that's by Fiskars, and they're orange, and they're called mini pinching shears. So they actually cut my stamp designs, so I'm able to cut my stamps out, and they look like real stamps. So that's that. I'm just going to put a ticket on one of these in the corner. Some kind of clip art. I don't know if I can find what I want. The gingerbread man is kind of wintry, not necessarily Christmas. So let's see how this is going to look. Let's put him over in this corner. And you don't have to do this to your writing side. This is just my preference. I like to have a little bit of interactive visibility here, something a little different. So there's that. and maybe one other small something if I can find something small, colorful. Go there. These are all rather big. There's a little teeny ticket. And I might just do that. No, I don't think I'll do that in the top corner. I think I'm going to do that one in the top corner. Don't say Christmas or anything. It's just a snow. So I'm going to do that one in the top corner. And that's all the extra elements I'm going to put on this piece. Because you get the idea. You can come in. You can actually come in and add lace. Whatever. To make it a little cuter. It's up to you. The decorating part is up to you. But that gives you a writing spot on the back of this card now. It's really kind of cute. Okay, all right, so that gives you how to change your elements around. I tell you one other thing I'm going to do. I'm going to show you one more thing that you can do. You can either do it on your computer or this way, because I like to draw and paint and do things. Sometimes I just do things this way. I'm going to come in. Well, you can actually come in and put strips on and highlight around this. I'm not going to do it today, but you can actually go in and highlight around it. I'm actually just going to take the edge of my inking tool and just go around that. Okay, yes, I'm actually inking up the window, but I'm going to tell you what, I can actually wipe that off, but once I've got the paper inked, it kind of frames that little swirl out some. Then I can take one of these and just wipe the cellophane back off. Alright, let's make sure our card's going to stick in. I see a little bit of the tape coming through. Let's cut this off. And let's see if it'll go in like it's supposed to. Let's hope it's right. So now I don't have to do this whole video over. Yep. Alright, when you get a little area that doesn't want to go, you can take, my ruler will be the best thing here. Go in with your ruler and open up and push along the edges. Like this, and that kind of widens out. If the glue spread deeper than you want it to, and when I mean spread that way, you don't want to, you want to keep that edge, and it also stretches the paper a little. So that's just a trick you'll learn. You'll see a lot of people doing that to try to stretch their envelope so everything slides in like it's supposed to. And I'm not going to give up till this is in there, and it's in there. So there that is. We did not put a tab on it. You can come back and put some kind of a tab on it, a pull tab if you want. This particular one I'm not going to, because when it gets in the book, you will be able to tell. Let me rephrase it. Let's go ahead and put a tab on it. Because I want to go ahead and finish it, and if I don't, I won't get it done. And I don't know what I've done with my tabs. So I'm going to show you something else you can use if you don't see a tab. Or if you don't have a tab you like right handy, you can make a ribbon or lace pull. I'm looking through my ribbon box. I know you're not seeing it, but that's where I'm at, in the background back here, looking through my ribbon box. I have a little piece of gold ribbon, gold red. I'm going to actually just cut a little piece off like this. I am actually going to fold it over like this. And I'm actually going to glue it on this back side. Yeah, I'm going to glue it on the back side, like so. Okay. I don't want it quite that long, quite that tall, so I'm going to cut it off some. And I'm going to glue it right here and here. So for right now, I'm going to make it simple, and I'm just going to put a pin in there. I'll come back later and make sure I get it glued, but for right now, I don't have a staple gun, so I can't staple it on there. But that's going to be my, let's glue it. Let me go find my Fabri-Tac. Goodness. I'll reach up here. I'm going to tell you, I'm having a time keeping my Fabri-Tac glue usable. It wants to keep it cutting up on me. But that's the way you can do with ribbon, no problem. You can also do the same thing, guys, with paper, fabric, any kind of fabrics. Cut the piece you need to make pull tabs. Pull tabs don't necessarily have to be like this. You could actually take this piece here, fold it over, and do the same thing. Okay. Alright, so I can actually make a pull tab like that. And I think since this is easier for us on here, I don't want it to go that far down, so I may go ahead and pull it and refold it here. This is where the finishing things are always a little, for me, take a little longer because I kind of experiment on these final steps. Okay, so cut that there. Put that over like this. Here, and here, and glue it. Alright, let's glue it down. Glue it. You're going to might cover up a little bit of some on the other side, but normally I would have had the pull tab put on before I actually finished my graphics, because usually my graphics, these little pieces of clip art, is the very last thing I do. But that gives you a little pull tab right here on this one. There you go. No glue there. Alright, so now we've got our pull tab, and we can slide it back in, and then it'll be easily to be seen. We'll decide we're going to put it in the book in just a second, and that'll be the end of it. Alright, I'm going to save this for another pull tab. I'll have it handy. Get everything out of the way. So we've got space for you to see what's going on. I will show you one day where my ribbons are stored. Alright, there we go. Let's put it in place. Let's see if we got it wide enough for it to slide in again. It is being really stubborn, but I am not about to cut it anymore. Okay, we've got it in place. Alright, let's go. The journal we're working on the most is this one. So let's go ahead and get it in this one. Alright, let's flip through and see where we're going to put it. I like that. I really like that. That was a bland page. I think I want it right there. Let me see what's on the other side. The waterfall is there. I think we're going to put it right here. Now, I'm going to pull this page out. I'm going to turn this way and lay this aside for just a minute because I don't want to lose my spot. I'm going to pull this out flat. Now, this is an option. You can do it or you don't have to do it. You can use this as a single element, just like you see it right here. Put it down on the book like this. And then all you're going to do is pull this out, okay? Or, either or, you can make this a pocket right here. Which I always add those little extra pockets for little, just stuff in. So I'll put a good stream of glue along this edge. Like so. Okay. And I'm going to put it down. Remember what I said, don't get too close to that edge. Kind of keep things away from there. Now, if you want something there, there's always options. You don't have to have it that bland, and I'm going to show you something you can do that it's not so bland. Give me a second. I personally just don't love all this extra white space, but I don't want bulk. As I told you, we don't want too much bulk where we're going to sew our signature in, okay? So I also have die cut pieces, and you can always use those to fill in a little spot like right here. Just a little spot here. Okay, there's a spot right there. Matter of fact, we got the same shape, but I don't think I want the same shape. Let's see what else we got. That one, this one, little berries on this. Cute. I do have poinsettias. I do have all kinds of different flowers. Roses are pretty for this time of year too. Okay, you can do it this way, and you can come in and glue this element down, which is what we're going to do. We're going to take these final two elements, glue them down, just a dab of glue on each element piece. And if you don't do, these will rip and tear if you don't make sure you don't at least have all these little edges down, because these are very delicate die cuts. But I will use this one like this first on that side. And yeah, so you see that takes away, right to start with, all that excess whiteness that you wanted to get rid of. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to hang over the envelope just a tiny bit. Since the envelope's not flipping up or anything, which you could have made this a flip up envelope, we might do that on another one. But get the glue on the element pieces and get them down. And then that kind of covers that white spot without adding bulk along that binding area. Because this is the area I'm going to use to bind. And these you can manipulate and twist a little. So that kind of adds that little bit of a finishing touch, another element that's interactive that you can look at. Again, make sure you get them glued down, because if you don't, they will rip and tear. But you can always do that at the end. There it is, guys. So it's in the book. We're going to go back in and make sure everything looks nice. We'll flip through it real quick. See where we're at. Okay, so this is our first signature, and so far we've added several projects. I didn't do this on video, but that's just simply a tuck. This is the one we've just done with our card. It pulls out right here, and now it's going to be stubborn. Oh my gosh. Okay, there it is. I'm not going to keep pulling it out until that glue dries good, but anyway, there's that one. Just make sure if you don't like them little extra white spaces when you cut it, you don't cut too much off like I did. Then we've got the waterfall design. There is a video on that. And we've got this one that we done yesterday. And another one of those. And this is the one we done, I don't know exactly when, day before yesterday. Anyway, there is a video on this, and we haven't finished putting all of our cards in with that element. So this is what we've got done in the first signature, guys. So this is Nana K. I'm going to sign off again. I have had a pretty busy morning. I've been doing videos most all morning, so we will get this posted again. Today is Monday. This really is my Tuesday video, but I'm going to go ahead and post it today. And I will see you again soon. I hope that you're enjoying the Photoshop, little extra tip on doing Photoshop. If you have comments you'd like to ask me, please do it in the comment section. And I am just one more time going to say my career artist today, my featured artist was Carolyn's Musings. I showed you how to adjust some of her elements in her kit. You can do that with any kit. And another artist we used some of the clip art in was Rachel Bella Designs. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good day and don't be too cold. Bye-bye.